and grinders, or maybe not, maybe once again, it's morning for me, but not for you. Welcome back to Secret World Legends. We're with Drezdin, our resident hero, as he is beginning his search for his brother, who's already been through this world. And as far as Drezdin is concerned, is probably dead, but he just wants to know. So, on this game, as you see, they have tons of NPCs all over, each with their own storylines, and each storyline fascinating. Even if it's just conversation, it's amazing in this game. It's very deep. So, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoyed our last video, then leave a like. If you want to leave a comment in the section below, then subscribe. So this is Drezdin, Secret World Legends. Here we go. Mission received. Might makes right. So this is the main storyline here. This is the one that will take you all the way through the game to Tokyo, or back to Tokyo, which is where the game started, which is really, really fascinating. So you were woken up by someone obviously connected to the Templars. As he was sitting there after the dream, she asked you to get your bearings and to go find Richard Sonak at Temple Hall. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to continue really the setup for his character moving into the main world. Now you want to make sure that whenever you come across these little lore, you collect them. This is a place where you can buy drinks. As you see, I can't afford them yet, but this is where you can buy drinks that give you energy and boosts and things like that. And they're all over the place. But now let's continue to see if we can find Richard Sonak. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so we went from 2 locations, and I just want you to check the difference here. Some people, some NPCs you can talk to, some you can't. But look, this is an entirely different area, and you can roleplay in this zone. But if you come over here, you get an entirely different energy. You can't even hear the music right over there. And yet you can have a nice role play inside of a coffee shop. Or pretend to be talking to Barista. I don't think that's her name. I think that's her job.
I'm with you. I'm a regular tree hugger.
And we're going to follow the blue line, the blue arrow. This is a bank, by the way. This used to be the main bank in the secret world. So this used to be where you'd come for banking. And I'm not ready yet. So now we're in the Red Cross Circus. guess for political reasons, it would be a circus here. I mean, when you have the time, when you're playing this game, a great part of it is just to roam around hunting for lore. I mean, you find them in some of the oddest places sometimes, like underneath here. I'm pretty sure there's something down there somewhere, but we'll come back later on. Right now, we're going to find Richard Sonak.
All eyes are on us now, so shoulders back and fear nothing.
Shoulders back, fear nothing. And here we are at Temple Court, Temple Hall. Look at that. I want one of those uniforms. I really do. I think he'll look cool in it, wearing it. Atmosphere. Sometimes they'll have DJs, or they used to have DJs here.
I'm sorry, do I look like I'm doing bloody walking tours?
I just have to tell you that in legend and myth, and if you've studied history and these secret organizations, for me personally, to play as a Templar has a lot of meaning for myself, for my family, for my bloodline, etc., etc., etc. Not that we would do that these days, but still, it feels connected. But and Illuminati as well, that organization of secrecy and depth is just fascinating to play. So I'm looking forward to this moment. Look at that. Here we are, a Templar, at the steps of Temple Hall. Get this lore over here. There we go. And here's another bank, I believe. Not ready yet. Let's go talk to Richard Sonak.
Come in. Come in. I'm very pleased you can follow directions on the back of a card. It is the basis for us getting along famously. Of course, with
Not sarcastic at all, is he?
We're practically in the yellow pages under Crusaders. Richard Sonak. So, you heeded our call to arms. You have questions, I can furnish you with answers. Some answers. To begin with, you haven't strayed into some atrocious Dan Brown airport paperback. We are not the Knights Templar. That particular appellation went out in the 1300s along with page boy haircuts and burnings at the stake. No,
Oh
we
man, I
run a
wanted one of those
21st
haircuts.
century, well, let's say a forward-facing organization, but one with its strength in ancient bonds of tradition, in loyalty, in blood, and, to be perfectly frank, in a sizable private army. Our firm guidance is needed to save the world from itself. We have kept the matters of squabbling secret societies and loathsome dimensions discreet, until the shadows began to peel back across the globe, until these darkest of days came upon us. Now the evidence is on television, for pity's sake. We are at war. Might will make right, and it will fall upon us to judge the
This
correct
lady that we met
application
at the
of
entrance
might.
to
It falls
this area.
upon you as a soldier of the Templars. Show me that you have the will, and we can teach you the way. Your remarkable powers can be honed and controlled, at least to less disastrous effect on property values. There is a private training area which we have reinforced for just that purpose. Come back and see me after.
Nice. I actually like the conversations. I haven't played a lot of Templar. I usually play Illuminati because, I'm just a space junkie. But I actually like the meeting with Richard Sonak. So now, we're about to get our real craftable weapons. If I can only remember where it is. Ah, here we go. The Crucible. Why, yes, I do want to enter. Did I miss a lore? No, good. I'm a great fan of classical music, and well, I love all kinds of music, but somehow doesn't classical music just seem to reach a core? Whatever ethnicity you come from, we each have our own classicals. But these European classicals, Italian, French, English, whatever, are just German, are just amazing to me. They just ring a bell.
Here, you'll need this. It's how you get your instructions and submit your reports. Don't go off the grid. You'll find that nobody here likes a loose cannon. Go on now.
So now we want to pick up the phone.
Initializing field performance module. DNA encoding recognized. Syncing. Sync complete.
So now
performance module online.
So now they can track you, as if they can't already. Let's take our weapon. Very good. Now let's equip it. Your faction handler sent you a message. Press Alt to enter mouse mode. Then click the envelope notification to read it. So, I don't know how many times I have wandered about looking for this message. When actually, it's right over here. Yeah. Don't do what I do. Richard Sonak says you'll find everything you need with Brigadier Leth. I'm going with Leth. Your weapons will, of course, need to be upgraded if they are going to be of any use. Don't take too long. We have an urgent matter to discuss. Come see me as soon as you finish. R. Sonak. So, we have our weapon, our primary at least. And now we're going to get upgradable junk. So what this is your first example of the crafting now in Secret World Legends, as opposed to how it was in the Secret World, which is a lot more challenging, a lot more complicated, and ultimately frustrating for a lot of people. So now open up Y. This brings in your crafting menu. Let's do something here. I always add a little bit more bag space. In the Secret World, you can generate as much inventory as you want. However, as you see, I can only carry 35 items. That's sort of an account-wide thing. So when you increase it, if you want to increase it, it goes across all of your characters. So now, let's put that there. That. Now you notice that because these are both blades, this blade that I'm scrapping has nice rain effects. That means it gives you more bonuses than just your average weapon. So even though, as you can see, he doesn't get that effect from just the gun. So let's put that there, that, and that. So now look at these stats that it gives us from level 1 to level 4 just by crafting them in here. Sacrifice any weapon to strengthen an existing weapon. Sacrifice any talisman to strengthen an existing talisman. Now, this system begins to ramp itself up. Of course, slow itself down. Of course, that's a given. But it begins to ramp itself up as you generate more points, putting them into your weapon. And once you reach a level 20 with this weapon, it becomes blue and superior, I believe that's what they call it. And from there, it will take another blade, also at level 20, to elevate it to proper status. 2 green 20 level blades fuse, and then you get a superior weapon. So now we're going to pick up our secondary weapon. His elemental. And the junk for that. So let's upgrade that. Y. Here. So once again, there's the rain effect because they're similar, but you get nothing else. So what I enjoy doing is just storing everything, and then all the way through with the same types of item. That's preferred. And now let's equip it. Good. So now we have a full range of weaponry. You can come over here if you want to test your weapon. These poor creatures. They can't move. They're just here to hang out. And click. Nice. Let's make an adjustment here. I actually like this here. This here. Oops. Good. And eventually we'll put something else here. Let's see if we have anything. I don't think so. I don't think we have firebolt or fireball. We do. How did we get that? You can only have one. That's weird. Can we equip it in number 4? No. Okay, so we have either or until we have more points, and we can put them into something else that we can equip into this primary slot right here. I myself just don't like my main attack, which is flowing strike, to go into my mouse button, which it just annoys me. But if that's what you like, however you like it, this game will make it happen for you. So now let's leave the weapons area. As you see, this is a great place for roleplay. I mean, you can actually come in here. Some of these chairs you can sit in. There you go. You can have people over here role-playing. Great scenes. This game just adds a lot of depth to how players move and opens up the roleplay, which was its original intent. All right. back to Richard Sonnet.
The time has come to discuss your upcoming excursion to the colonies.
Left
I'm
hand.
afraid it's business, not pleasure. Recently, a small island community on the New England coast dropped off the map. You can disregard the tiresome government cover-ups. There are dark forces at play. Solomon Island is a rock with infamy. In the past, it was trafficked by the Illuminati before they joined the rush to New York. You should be aware that we have history with the Illuminati. Acrimonious history. Of course, under the flag of truce, we have spat and made up. And now we are the closest of enemies. All smiles above the table and drawn knives beneath it.
Look at that little kitten back
the
there.
Illuminati are reckless and cannot be relied upon to clean up their own messes. We must find the root of whatever doom has come to Solomon Island. But let me stress that this is not a rescue operation. Should there be survivors, you cannot announce that you've been chosen to deliver anyone from evil. Joan of Arc did, and look where that got her. Our goal is the salvation of all mankind.
That's so wrong.
Not on a case-by-case
Look at
basis.
the angel's wings
I
behind him.
understand that may stick in your throat, but, well, halos are fading all over town now that there is so much more at stake. Leave as soon as you can. Your travel arrangements have already been made at the Eldwick Underground. I'll be in touch.
All right. So now you can continue the conversation with Richard Sonnet if you wish. As you see, he's got a ton of things lore-wise to talk about. The Phoenicians, interesting. The dragons, of course, the other groups. The Council of Venice you'll meet later on. The Secret World, wow. That's where we are. Alright, so now we're going to leave the temple.
New regulations, no dancing widdershins. All familiars must be restrained.
I went one way. By the way, I just going to go in here just to show you the potential. I mean, as you're hunting for lore, you want to take every available opportunity. I mean, look at this stuff. This is all game world. Roleplay world. When I came in, I went a different direction.
Aren't you a little short to be in the temple?
Did he just call me short? He did, didn't he? He called me short. Let's see what we have here. Change our title. Let's see if we have the uniform yet. I don't think we do. Nope, so I guess we're not an official Illuminati yet. Templar, excuse me. My main character is an Illuminati. We don't even get a uniform yet. We have to go fight for them, but no uniform. This flyer, by the way, I don't really need it. There we go. After a while, it just takes up bag space.
Haven't you got somewhere to be?
Yes, I'm going. Oh, well, it would help if I went the right direction. Maybe he was right. I was goofing off. I have to come back into here, see what that is. Now this place used to be where you bought all of your clothing and upgrades and things like that. I don't think you can use them anymore. More lore. In the Secret World Legends, this used to be also a place where you could buy random things. Basic weapons, basic clothing, basic supplies, that sort of thing. And it's gone now. You find it all centralized in one location. I'm going this way because I know there's a lore back here, and there we go. I'm showing you game grinders everything that I can. Just for you. So now here's the Anima Well. And all you have to do is approach it, say yes.
Hello? Yes? Now this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. And by my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1/4 the hour. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. Now, this underground realm, like the great British rail system, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Of course, it's perfectly safe. No one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now, you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers. Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what?
You know, I live in the US, but I love a British accent.
Come along.
Come along, come along. Onward, what? That was really horrible, wasn't it? That was horrible. Just say nothing. Just go with it. The buzzing. So this is our platform. It's going to boost us. Oh, yeah. That's a rush to the main area. So, in here is where you'll find now the bank. And of course, heavy lag. That goes without saying. So here's your banker. And now that we've reached this point, we can actually open our bank. Let's do this. I'm just obsessive compulsive, I'm sorry. Deal with it. You see how that has to be just right? See? And I sometimes will have bags up here, so this is my standard setup for the secret world. Alright, but as you see, I have nothing to put in the bank at this point in time. So let's close that. Everyone has these bikes now. I mean, they're nice. But I don't tend to put too much money into a game. So here's the auction house, where you can buy whatever you want. And you get money by gaining Aram and marks of favor. Let me show you a little bit more. So merchants. Cute girl with a skaterboard. Nice. Another cute girl with a skateboard. They're all over. Oh my gosh. And this is now the place where DJs will give their performances, dances, things like that. So now, onward to the New England coast. What? Oh my gosh, the lag is so heavy here, but it's not as bad as it could be. So this game is designed to minimize lag when you get out into the actual world, and they do a reasonably good job of it. So, this is the platform, and you can go to different places as long as you have access. So you see right here, I don't really have access to this one. This is to Egypt. And this one is to public raids. So if you want to do the group thing, which we'll do, maybe not raiding per se, but certainly dungeons, other group events. To New England, Kingsmouth, the Savage Coast, and the Blue Mountains. I don't think I'll ever get tired of that. So now these are the gates that take you to these different zones where they begin to weed out the lag a lot. But we're going to Kingsmouth. We've already collected our stuff. We don't need that. And here we are, Kingsmouth. I'm sorry, I play a lot of games and they're all good in their own way, but this one for me, I mean, you may not like it, but for me, it's so deep and immersive. And I look at little things like the light spray and how they just draw you into the world. I'm a secret worlder.
Promoted. Faction rank increased. Congratulations, novice.
Novice. All right, game grinders. So now that we're here in Kingsmouth, so now you need to run into these Anima Wells to make sure that they get logged on your maps.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You haven't gone back in time. I just happen to be the last of the cowboys. Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite beans, Texas style. Good ought to face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone.
I'm a troubleshooter. You and I need to have a powwow before you continue your little crusade. You Templars may be taking the high road, but just watch you don't get saddle rash from the high horse, okay? Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone.
I love this guy.
All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with him. If I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingston town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for, and you bring a reckoning.
Oh yeah. Wow, love that guy. Love Jack Boone. So now we're going to collect this little piece of lore over here. There we go. So now, game grinders, before we continue going forward into Kingsmith, which is going to be our next video, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you do enjoy it, leave a like. And then if you really want to connect with game grinders, maybe play with us at the same game. We're going to have guilds and cabals in this game for you game grinders. Then subscribe. That's required if you're going to join our guild or groups. So have a good day. Come back and see us. We'll be uploading more videos on the Secret World, and check out our other videos on the other games that we're going to be playing. And if you do subscribe, or you wish to comment down below, and you have a game that you want to see, let us know. Thanks a lot, game grinders.